Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com. In this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to learn Strapi. I haven't read the docs yet. I don't know Strapi. I've seen people use it. I've worked with already installed Strapi before, but I've never actually set it up from scratch. So what is Strapi in the first hand? Strapi is a headless CMS. The difference between like using this versus like ButterCMS. So like for example, if we were talking about like ButterCMS or Contentful, these are hosted headless CMSs. So what they do is they host your data, and then they allow you to pull your data via an API. Okay, so the benefit of these platforms is one, you don't have to worry about hosting your data, and two, you don't have to worry about creating an API. But they do cost money. So let's take a look. The pricing. Pricing for Contentful. You have a very generous free tier, but then that jumps up to $489 a month. Okay, once you get past the free tier. Now, if we go to ButterCMS, the lowest, there is no free tier. Like there's a free dev plan, which is really just used for like personal use and for you to learn how to use CMS. But if you're using it for like a client's blog or something like that, the cheapest plan is like $49 a month, and it goes to $124, $249. Okay, so these particular services are still a little pricey once you get past their free tiers. But the idea is that the benefit is you save a lot of money on the front end, because hosting the front end you can do for free on Netlify, and Netlify provides you pretty high quality hosting for free out of the box. And the cool thing is, your backend essentially this. You don't have to build out a custom backend. You don't have to worry about hosting it and all that stuff, which is nice. So that's what those solutions do. Okay. Strapi, on the other hand, builds the API for you, but you still have to go. You can either use Strapi's own hosting, so they do have their own hosting if you want to just build one through them. Okay, so here they have a $0 community. I think that's the one where you have to host it. So let me just see what that says. Unlimited. Yeah, I think that one you have to host yourself. Per month, per contract, build now. End users, unlimited. Access control, community support, Strapi Academy, resource center only. Okay, I'm assuming these are hosted. Create a simple plan project. Okay. Yeah, I think these are hosted solutions. I don't know why you'd be paying if it wasn't. Okay, but you could do the hosted solution. But it's also open source. Okay, so you can just download it, and you can host your own instance of Strapi yourself. And it would just be so you could just host it on Heroku or something. So then you're subject to Heroku's free tier, as far as hosting goes. But let's give that a shot. Okay. So let's see here. Strapi in 3 minutes. Well, let's just go through the tutorial. So let's see here. I want to use npx, npm create Strapi, my project. Let's use that. Okay, so that sounds like it's going to be a pretty easy, quick startup. So let's see here. I want to go to, do I want to use this one? Yeah, let's just use this, I guess. Open folder. That's fine. What folder I want to do this in? Teaching. Let's say it's technically backend. So where's my backend folder? There it is. And do I have a folder for Strapi yet? Nope, not yet. Strapi. Cool. And let's open up this folder in VS Code. Let's open up a new terminal. Let's run this command. npx create Strapi app, my project, quick start. Okay, so it's going to set that all up for me. Here we go, creating quick start, creating files. Now it's installing all the dependencies. Okay, so it's doing all sorts of stuff. Come back over here to take a look what the next step is. Okay, so essentially that's it. That's set up. So then we're going to navigate to the localhost 1337 admin. Got it. Okay, so really we don't have to like do anything. Okay, that's really nice. Okay. It's all set up for us. And that's the beauty of Strapi. The idea is that you don't have to worry about building the back end, but you're not trapped into having like the hosting plan per se. You can host it on Heroku, but you still own your data, so later on if you want to like move it somewhere else, you can. I mean, you can probably export your data in ButterCMS and Contentful. And they're pretty, I mean, let me just go, while we wait for that to install, I'll head back to ButterCMS for a second so you can see what it's like. ButterCMS, if you log in. Okay, so you got a platform like this, and you can create like blog posts. If you want to create like other data types, you can create like your own data types and then create entries in there. And then you just pull the stuff with the API. Let me see here. Oh, wow, that was quick. Okay. So see now this is running and it already ran the server for me, so I didn't even have to do like an npm start or anything like that. So that's pretty cool. So I'm assuming here I have to like register a new admin. Complete the form to create your first administrative user. Okay. Alex Merced, email alex@alexmerced.dev. Password, we'll just say password because I'm going to delete this afterwards. Okay. And keep me updated about the new features, blah, blah, blah. No, don't update me on nothing. What number? Okay. Password 1. Really? Okay, fine. Uppercase password 1. Password 1. Cool. Okay. And now we're in Strapi. So we already have our Strapi set up. Now, the question is, what database is this saving this into currently? So let me take a look. So right now, because where is it saving this information out of the box? Let's see here. API, config, extensions, public. I figured there'd be an SQLite 3 database around here somewhere. Because where else would it be saving it to? Database, here we go. Database, here it is in temp, there we go. Okay, so it is an SQLite 3 database. Well, yep, SQLite, so there it is. And so basically it would be in this file where you would change your like connections to like a Postgres database or whatever database you decide to use. Okay, so my data list right here. Okay, cool. I was just curious where it's saving all this stuff to. So you'd probably want to switch that to Postgres before like pushing to Heroku or something. Okay, so essentially what you do here is you can create users. Then you can create like content types builder. This is where you create like your different types. Like if you want to create like dogs, so I'll create like a new collection type, which would be more like a collection of types. Okay, so this is like if I wanted to create like animals. Okay, so we'll say I want to create a animal. Okay. Yeah, basically, okay, so I guess these are just normal types. So I can just create like, let's say woodwork. Oh, I see, it's right here. So we'll say that we have the text field that is name of the animal. Okay, add another field, we'll say, and then we'll have a number field that is the age of the animal. Okay, and then there you go. You have a type of data. Okay, what did it not like about that? Refresh. Okay, good. That did get saved. Good. And then we have users, animals. Those are our collection types, and I don't have any users yet. And media library, content types builder. What do I want to change? Settings, libraries. Enables responsive friendly upload, enables size optimization, webhooks. We can come back to that. Providers. There's a lot of cool stuff that looks like around here. Advanced settings. One account per email address. No, I want to learn how to pull from the data. Pull the API, media library, content type builder. 5 plugins are installed. Media library. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, configure the view. What do I do here? Edit the content type, insert another field. No. do I do with the permissions? Okay, we could make this a GraphQL API. So if we download that, it'll take the API instead of making it a REST API, it'll make it a GraphQL API. What I want to do is just see what. Here we go. Wait, is this roles and permissions? But this is just the list of plugins. Roles, author role, editor role, users, webhooks. Let's try to add a webhook. Let's see what that does. Okay, I think here we're creating our URL endpoints. So we'll say animal, animal, animal. No, I think that might be actually trying to make a call to something else. So let me reset that. Let's just go back to the docs. Okay, plugin content type builder. Did that. Create a category content. Let's see here. Back to collection types. Another field. Animals. Let's just add a new animal. So we'll just say kangaroo H5. Save. Okay. Okay. Add another one. Dog H6. Okay. So we have two animals. Good. Okay, so we have two animals. Now, if I have two animals, how do I pull this from the API, set roles and permissions? I just want to do a straight up JavaScript API call. So next, Gatsby, GridSum, Jekyll 11. Can you just tell me how to do it? Just a simple straight up one. Okay, here we are. The list of restaurants is accessible. Oh, I see. Okay, there we go. So if I go to HTTP / animal not found. Let's see here. Did I do that right? Would it be animals? Does it automatically pluralize things? It does. It's saying forbidden, which means I don't have the right permissions for it. So we do got to fix that. So let's go back to the permission section. Let's click the public role, scroll down to permissions restaurant. Okay, so let's go back over here. Let's go to settings, roles, author, editor. There is no public role at the moment, so let's add a public role. Boo. Oh, here we go, public role. Okay, and then public role, define all the allowed actions. Okay. It can find one. So these are the potential things it can do. So it can do like get animals bound route to animals.count. And if there was other ones, we could do that. I see. So now let's just try this. And there we go. We can get all our data that way. So there you go. You can create content types. You have different roles. And there you go. You can serve your data to your backend. So you can create a blog this way, create whatever you need this way, and there's plugins to extend your Strapi. So that wasn't too hard at all. And you had an API kind of running pretty quickly there. So there we have an API. So you can set it up difference between like what can be accessed publicly versus what can be only accessed by certain users, which is pretty nice. Okay, so now if I go back to roles, I go to authenticated. And we'll say they can do all the things. Okay. Then I'm sure there's somewhere that shows me my details for how to make an authenticated API call. Settings, roles, providers, advanced settings. We get the idea. I mean, you can always read the docs more. But the idea is you can see, like, we were able to get an API with some data running pretty quickly. So this is a great way to kind of spin up a quick backend for a project and then build some front ends for it, which is pretty nice. So that's Strapi. It's a headless CMS. Again, this headless CMS is like a new trend because so many things on the back end are pretty much, you always do it the same way. So you can pretty much abstract almost a good chunk of it for most situations. It's not very often that you're doing really sort of complex backend models. In that case, then you do need sort of more custom backends. But I mean, just for having like CRUD on a blog, like, why not be able to make it faster? So that's the beauty of headless CMSs like ButterCMS, like Contentful, which are hosted, or using a solution like Strapi, which you host yourself. My name is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com. Have a great day and enjoy.